Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to kind of technically the last week of your life groups, but once again, you still have the option to connect with your life group leaders. I'm sure they're having that conversation about how this summer is going to go. What all this means in the end is it doesn't mean that you lose connection to a leader. I'm sure that they're planning stuff out, but they're still available to love you, to walk with you. It's not like they're like, hey, even though we're not going to meet, we're not going to connect with you at all, so don't text me. I do know that some of your groups are probably planning to take off a couple weeks just to get some new ideas running, to recalibrate for you. It's probably good to take a break too, to just say what you long for in life groups. And your leaders are going to need some time to just think of ideas for those that are just going to continue to go with it. So be patient in that process. For those of you that were not here this past Sunday, I did it again on Instagram in the YouTube video. You can go back and watch that. It was a one-off sermon. It wasn't a series, but I talked about this idea that God is creative. God is creative in how he redeems our story and how he loves us and how he reaches out to us. And we see that in the story of Genesis, of God loves to create. God loves to love us, redeem us, restore us, and be in relationship with us. And God also loves to create. And throughout all those stories in scriptures, hint, hint, you're going to be talking about that. God is creative in how he reaches out to us. Being in COVID-19, as a dad, you guys, I've had to be creative in how I'm going to spend time with my girls, not because they are begging me for that or they're like kids like, Dad, you're not enough. But as a dad, I want to mix things up. I want to show them how I love them in different ways. So for example, last week, I realized that most of my time with my girls has been the two of them and me and Andy and all of us constantly together. So I thought, what would it look like to do something different? So no big giant Perry creation thing. I've seen other dads do this. So I just said to Charlie, hey, let's go, me and you have a one-on-one date. And she lost her mind. You would have thought I would have given her access to Disneyland. She was so excited. Literally, you guys, all we did was we went to a park. I laid down a blanket for a picnic, which she had never had. We took some home snacks. And she said, Dad, I've never been on a picnic before. She was so happy. We ran around the park, laid back on the blanket, ran around some more, and then laid back on the blanket. And to her, just the switching up of stuff meant so much to her. And then afterwards, we went to In-N-Out, had a shake. We argued back and forth because she didn't think a shake was ice cream. And mind you, it's not possible to convince a toddler otherwise. Once they're like, this is what this is. I was arguing with her for hours, minutes. And I was like, no, it's ice cream. She was like, no, it's not. Anyway, she loved it. It was awesome. But I wanted to be creative in how I was going to love my daughter. There are routine things that I do on a regular basis. I love her by feeding her, providing for her, but sometimes I want to mix stuff up to let her know that I'm thinking of different ways of how to love her. God uses different things to show us how he loves us. And in fact, I'm sure people thought that the cross was really creative because they didn't think that that's how the Messiah was going to come into this world and that's how the Messiah was going to die and rise again. But here was Jesus repeatedly being creative in how he's going to redeem and love us. So we're going to put that back onto you. You're going to talk today in your life groups about what kind of creative things is God working in you during this time of quarantine. This can be some of that time to where the most creative stuff about how you impact the world comes out of these moments. Don't let this time pass you by and not just feel like creativity is coming to you. It's in these moments of stagnant, of sitting still, to where ideas can happen. So that's what you're going to talk about. I want you to watch a video after this about just a creative way that somebody wants to love somebody else. And then you're going to look at stories and scriptures about creativity. And then you're going to have that conversation, light, surface level, or go deep if you need to. But our God is a creative God. And just like we love and create how we do that with each other, he does the same thing for us and calls us to do likewise. I miss you guys once again. Keep joining on the videos. If you are going to miss your life groups, jump onto our Philippians Bible study. That's available for you. And we're going to think of other ways that you can connect on during the summertime. Also, we have our Zoom Hangouts after high school service. So if you want to connect with more people, that's available for you. Have a great life group. Tell your life group leaders how much you love and how much they mean to you. All right, cool. Bye, everybody.